Everything NYJ Podcast, episode 96. Corey Davis retires. What? Cook is a Jet. What? Starting right now. Everything NYJ Podcast with Liam and Italy Jet.
It's on the afterburners. He's gone. Touchdown Jets. Brees Hall inside the 10. He's going to score.
First interception by Gardner.
And here's your host, Liam Johnson. What's up, buddy?
What is going on? Let's go! Welcome to episode 96 of the Everything NYJ podcast. As Gino said, I am your host, Liam Johnson. I am joined by the best from the Midwest, Gino Italy Pagano. Gino, how you doing, my friend?
Dude, yeah. I don't know, man. I was in the doctor's office today, and then I found out that Corey Davis retires, and then I see Lazard having an injury. Then Hard Knocks, man, that was really interesting. Wasn't my favorite episode, but it was still good. One Jet Thrive, still good. There's a lot to talk about. It's just
There's
so
much
time of week, time of year now that the rest of it is just going to be insanity now. So I'm doing pretty good, though. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Obviously we were supposed to do the show Monday night, and then lo and behold, my phone blows out on me. So, I had to go buy a new phone. So there's that. What a disaster it was, man. But what a crazy week it's been. The New York Jets are back in full force. In typical Jet fashion, never a dull moment with this team. We have arguably our number three, number two, whatever you want to consider him, wide receiver, just kind of retire out of the blue. We're going to get into all that, but before we get really into this video, if you guys do like this, please give it a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're just finding us for the first time. We love having you here, so hit that little button. Doesn't really take much effort to do. There it is. We're going to go over all that at the end as well, so just wanted to give you guys a little heads up before we really got into it. But yeah, getting right into it, Italy Jet, I think we got to talk about Corey Davis retiring. Definitely is the biggest news on this beautiful, sunny summer Wednesday afternoon, just really right out of the blue. What are your thoughts on Corey Davis retiring? In my opinion, it was kind of
Right
the
ahead.
writing was kind of on the wall a little bit. We're gonna get to you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. The writing was on the wall a little bit. I didn't really expect him to retire, but hindsight being 2020, it does make a little bit of sense. He's missed a ton of training camp. He missed all of OTAs. He was sick. He's obviously dealing with most likely a family matter. Something I think bad is going on. I don't think that this is anything good, to be completely honest. What do you think?
Well, evidently he has told, his teammates and management a few months ago that he was contemplating retirement. He had a baby, there's others, he was sick, there's other stuff going on. He wasn't really involved. And when he was on the field, he wasn't really the main guy, and he didn't really shine. He shined a little, but wasn't like popping, right? But overall, I still want him to get there, and I want him to be back. I want him to be healthy. I want him to have his mind right. So it's a mixed message, but it also kind of makes sense because now we don't have to give him the 10 million. He is going to be on the PUP retired list just in case he might come back later on, which I totally would be okay with if injuries happen, cuts happen, or suspension, whatever. That'd be cool. But right now, his mind is not all into football. And he's 28 years old. So it's really interesting. I think now it's going to be up to a rookie now, or we might get Adams later on maybe. There's a lot of room to work with now. But I wish Corey Davis the best. He was one of my favorite players. Everyone knows I'm a huge Corey Davis fan, and I am doing okay. For all the status and DMs, I am okay. But I'm looking at it as a fan perspective, and I'm also looking as the podcaster perspective. Right now, there's just a lot of things that in the wide receiver room that we do need to work on, and this is a blow. Like, we can look at it for what it is, Liam. It is a blow, but I think later on there might be something else brewing.
Yeah, definitely. I think that we could both agree that the New York Jets are a worse football team without Corey Davis on it than
I agree.
having him on the team. Corey Davis, going into his third season with the New York Jets, he has been inconsistent. He has struggled to catch the ball. He has struggled to stay healthy. But like you said, though, definitely keeping him, possibly his family, whoever, whatever the situation may be, it's not really any of our business. We have to look at the human being aspect of this. At the end of the day, he is a person. He does have a family, he has friends, people that care about him. But I am keeping him in my thoughts and prayers, wishing him nothing but the best. Uh, I would like to see him eventually come back to the Jets if that's something that he's open to doing. I don't want to jump to conclusion and like assume, but like you never know if it's like a mental health thing or if there's like a family issue. I don't want to sit here and name a million different conclusions. It could really be anything. Like you had said, he had mentioned it to his teammates that he has contemplated this for a very long time. And at the end of the day, um, I trust that he's making the right decision for him and his family. Would I be open for him coming back? Absolutely. But now this does open up the door where in training camp, it really seemed like it was coming down to either Gibson or Brownlee. I think that this leaves the opportunity for both to possibly make the team. Gibson, especially too, with his special teams ability that goes a really long way at Robert Saleh, and Jason Brownlee seems like somebody that could really have a bright future in the NFL. And I would just absolutely hate it. I mean, I'd be happy for him, but if he doesn't make the 53 man here, and then he goes to New England, Buffalo, Miami, wherever, any team, it just absolutely balls out. We've seen that before with other players, and then it's just like another player that got away. So maybe this is an opportunity that we can keep both of these players, or like you said, maybe we make a move. Maybe we go get like a Devonte Adams or somebody like that. That's obviously dabbling into the contract part of things. Sorry for the long-winded answer, but just had
That's
to give
fine.
my boy Corey Davis the proper ending to what I liked as a Jet career.
I agree, and I think this deserves a little bit of highlights. What do you think? I
Yes.
think this deserves some highlights. So I'll put together here.
Jets offensive line holding up well there. Flacco wide open. It's Davis. Davis waltzes in for the touchdown. Unbelievable
Touchdown, Corey Davis.
Hey man, those are two important plays, man. If he didn't have those touchdowns, we would have lost those games. So I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been the deciding factor in quite a few games, and look at us, man, getting all professional. We're showing highlights and clips throughout the podcast. Look at us, man. We've come a long way.
We have, and you know what's funny about Corey Davis? It's not funny. Sorry, it's his career. His first year with the Jets, he had over 400 yards with 4 touchdowns. Last year, over 500 yards with 2 touchdowns. And a lot of it's injuries, a lot of it's drops, but there were a few clutch moments that he had. And I think if he was still on the team right now, that he would have been better with Rodgers, just like he
I
was
think
with
so.
Tannehill. Just like he was with Tannehill. Like it was a 1-2 great combination with AJ Brown and Corey Davis. Great 1-2 punch with Wilson and Corey Davis on the Jets. It would have been bigger and better because of his role. Lazard and Corey Davis are like the same person in a way. Now we just have to see what's up with Lazard now.
Yeah, that I was really excited to see him play in Nathaniel Hackett's system, and having a Hall of Fame quarterback, easily the best quarterback that he would have ever played with, on a team that could really make a deep push into the playoffs, potentially a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It had to be something major, serious enough for him to walk away from all that, because like this was going to be a big season for him, and I think that he would have had probably his best season where he doesn't have to be that featured guy, because let's be honest, he was never a true number one wide receiver. Early on in Zach Wilson's career, he was Zach Wilson's favorite target, we all think. Actually, Zach Wilson's first NFL touchdown was to Corey Davis, and then you think back to that Tennessee Titan game, just especially early on when he took on that role as a legit number one, He did okay. I would never consider. I think he's probably a number 2 and number 3 at worst. A number 3, but I think he would have obviously. I think he personally would have stayed healthy this year, and I think we would have gotten more production out of him with him not having the weight of the entire uh, wide receiver room on his shoulders.
Yeah, I agree. Can you see me okay?
You look great as ever, my friend.
Okay, because you're very blurry right now and you're cutting in and out. So that's why I was wondering.
Oh, well, that's what happened, you know. So, welcome to the Everything NYJ Podcast. At least we didn't have an issue with the intro this week, you know. So we're really stepping it up.
Really? All right. So sir, what do you want to talk about next?
We have the final preseason game coming up this Saturday, and it feels like this preseason is never going to end. It feels like September 11th can't get here quick enough. It's never going to come. That's what it feels like to me. And in my personal opinion, this is a really big game for the New York Jets. This isn't just a regular preseason game. We have Aaron Rodgers making his Jet debut starting quarterback at MetLife Stadium this Saturday against the Giants in preseason. I absolutely hate it. Let me just tell you, I am 100% against this. You probably didn't think I was going there, but yeah, I can't stand this. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers at his stage, at his time in his career, that he should be starting in preseason. I don't care if it's the last game or not. After 18 years in the league, this is not going to make Aaron Rodgers better. Do I get it? I'm going to play devil's advocate here a little bit. I understand it. You want the chemistry, but that's what practice is for. Zach Wilson needs all the reps he can get. I don't think that this is going to help Aaron Rodgers. And then Robert Saleh had a really lame excuse too that, he has to get used to the MetLife fans. We have been chanting this guy's name every training camp that's been open to the publics. We have accepted Aaron Rodgers with arms opened. We have taken him right in. I don't think he needs to get used to MetLife Stadium. He doesn't need to get used to the air conditioner. I'm sure he knows what it's like. He's been in one of the most historical stadiums in all of the NFL for 18 years. I'm 100% against it. I'm going to be holding my breath the entire time that Aaron Rodgers is under center. And I will not be – I can't wait for him to already get off the field. Just please, whatever you have to do, get to week 1 healthy. That's the biggest thing. I saw, as a child, Chad Pennington go down. I saw Mark Sanchez go down. Now, I understand, like Robert Saleh said, you can't coach and you can't play scared. But you have to be a little bit smart. We have a diamond here. Why are we putting it on the ring and giving it to the bride before we even marry her? I'm 100% against it, man. What do you think?
I mean, I see your point, but he loves preseason. I think he needs to rust off some cobwebs. And I kind of agree with Saleh. Just use him for a little bit, and if the offensive line gets shaky, you take them out. Now, my first immediate reaction was, hell no, don't even fucking do this.
Right.
But Rodgers is a smart guy. I think he could take himself out, or Saleh could take him out, or Hack could take him out when the right thing is. People keep saying, they respect Rodgers, that he won't get hurt, they won't hit him too hard. No, everyone is out for us. Everyone is. This is one of the best off seasons we ever had, ever. So yeah, we have a target on our back, and that does scare me. But I understand why they want to dust off some cobwebs. I understand why they want to get him going to get familiar with it. I understand training camp is different than a game, but he did used to play preseason. The Chiefs, all their starters have played full preseason games. I get it. I don't think Brown's going to play, or I think Becton will, but I kind of want to see it. But all the Jets fans have PTSD of that situation. So I understand both sides.
Yeah, no, I definitely do see both sides, but I I don't know. It's not going to be really our starting offensive line without Dwayne Brown out there. That does concern me a little bit. And then I'm not saying like the Giants are going to intentionally hurt him, but I don't think they would really mind if they did. I mean, they're the crosstown rival. We share stadium with them. And I don't think that they want to see the Jets have success without them having success. I don't know, man. It's really scary. The offensive line has been terrible, to be completely honest. That still scares me. Do I think it's gonna, be a snap of the finger and fix by week one and be this perfect offensive line? No, but I do want to see Dwayne Brown get some reps with them and then really get some continuity with our offensive line, with the starting offensive line, without Aaron Rodgers being the test experiment. How far the offensive line is coming. I do like that Mekhi Becton is starting. He has warranted it. It is warranted. He earned it. Robert Saleh said, "You want to go be a starter? You want to be a left tackle? Go earn it." And guess what? He has earned it. He's been flawless on the field so far. Uh, Getting him to week one healthy is going to be pivotal. But I think that he really does need the reps in the preseason. But I would rather see Zach Wilson continue to get some reps in preseason. He still doesn't look great. He still did not go out of bounds when he got hit. I understand that, the competitor aspect. You want to get every yard. It was even mentioned on Hard Knocks. Aaron Rodgers goes, "Yeah, like you think that you could always score the touchdown when you run." But it's just I don't want to see anybody getting injured, Zach Wilson included. I want to make sure that he's healthy too. Tim Boyle. Do I even need to get into Tim Boyle? I don't think we
No,
need
you
to.
don't
Yeah,
need, you can skip over
whatever,
that. Skip over that.
whatever. But yeah, I think Sauce and DJ Reed will be playing as well. Quentin Williams will be playing. A lot of starters will be playing. Like I said, I understand it, but the PTSD Jet fan in me is very concerned actually. And if I had it my way, I wouldn't play Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, your feelings and points are valid. What do you think the score is going to be?
21 Jets, 17 Giants. And I'm also very curious to see how many of their defensive starters are going to be playing against our offense.
Okay. I was thinking 2020. But I think the Giants are going to win 23-20.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really been doing good in preseason lately. At the end, I understand Saleh's very good in the preseason. Ever since he's with us, he's done very good. But it's the last game. Maybe Rodgers is balling out, gets a couple touchdowns, and then we move on. And I think it's going to be 2020. I think it's going to be close. Everyone's saying, "What would Daniel Jones play? What if everything else plays?" I don't care if he plays or not. The Giants, it hits different. It's like the Bills and Patriots for me, especially not the Bills, Patriots and Dolphins for me. It hits very different. I don't like the Giants at all. So I kind of want to win, but I'm kind of like, just don't get injured, right? And I think we've said that many times before. But yeah, I think I think they'll win on a field goal.
Okay. Now I have a question for you. Do you think that this is going to be, let's say Jets get the ball opening drive. Do you think Aaron Rodgers goes down, score a touchdown, and that's it? Or do you think it's going to be more than one drive, whether touchdown matters or not? And then my second question for you, do you expect a lot of handoffs or do you expect a lot of passes from Aaron Rodgers?
I think both. I think it's 50-50. I think it's going to be both. He's going to experience with both, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
That's the Hackett offense, He experienced with tight ends, running backs, and wide receivers. I know that sounds generic and everything because that's what every quarterback does. But for Nathaniel Hackett's specific system, he plays the whole field, and that's what frustrated me about LaFleur with getting tight ends involved, and it didn't happen. Now I think this will spread the field out.
Okay. And do you think it's going to be more than one drive, whether there's a touchdown or not in the opening drive?
I think I'm hoping that would be one hell of a welcome, right? That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be awesome. No, I don't think the first drive is going to be a touchdown. I think other people would say yes, but I don't think so.
No, I'm saying like how many drives do you think he's going to have? And I was asking like if on the opening drive he goes down and scores the touchdown, do you think they pull him, or do you think no matter what it's a couple of drives?
I think it's a couple drives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
think they keep
really so what?
you think they keep him out there for the entire first quarter?
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
I
All
I
right.
think second quarter he doesn't play, but I think first quarter he does. Because
Okay.
like Rodgers has said, he loves preseason. He wants to be out there. He wants to get used to things. I think they're all pretty smart. I think they'll all. I think they'll know, and I think it'll be very smart. The offensive line doesn't hold up. I get it, and you should take them out. But yeah, people think I'm crazy for this because I really do think it's going to happen. I really think he's going to play a quarter and then he's out. If he plays 2 quarters, I'd be so surprised. And I don't think that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take him 4 drives to get a touchdown. I don't think the first play is going to be a touchdown.
Okay.
Like 4 or 5,
enough.
4 or 5.
Fair enough.
What about you?
All right. Yeah. I think it's probably going to be about a quarter. Like I said, like I don't want to see this happen at all. So the less, the better for me, to be completely honest. But yeah, I expect him to spread the ball around. I expect to see. Well, I don't think Brees is playing. I think they actually said that Brees Hall will not be playing. So I think that they're going to really continue to showcase Bam Knight and Michael Carter. Probably more Bam Knight because I don't think that he sneaks his way onto the 53 this year. We're getting to that in a few, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see some Lazard if he is healthy. Mecole Hardman, Garrett Wilson, maybe for a couple of drives. But other than that, like I'm not expecting too much out of this. I think it's going to be a little bit more cleaner football than the suck fest, if you want to call it that we saw last week with Tampa Bay. Zach Wilson, I want to see, second and third quarter, and then maybe fourth quarter you throw in Boyle. I don't really care to see Boyle on the field too much. I don't think that's necessary, but I guess he could use the reps. But like I said, I'm not expecting too much. I think the defense, on the other hand, I think this is going to be insane. Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, Quinnen Williams, because Quinnen Williams, like this defense of line has been elite without these guys out there, with no Quinnen Williams, with no JFM. So like I think that those big additions are certainly going to pay huge dividends. And then having Sauce and DJ back there, I think that's going to be phenomenal as well. What are your expectations for the defense?
They're going to be good as always. I think there's no the linebackers and the safeties have stepped up. The linebackers are only concerned right now. Cornerbacks, I'm not concerned, but safeties have stepped up. Dean and Davis have stepped up.
Yeah, I think so.
We're good all the way around.
Greg Zuerlein last week actually missed a field goal too.
It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen eventually.
I feel like deep down you're like, yep, that. Like I feel like you were happy for that deep down. You're like,
I was. No, I was. I won't sugarcoat it. I was like, fuck yeah, he missed. Thank God it was a preseason game. I was more looking at Morstead running off the field because of how much Hard Knocks gave him shit for it.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, it was Randall Cobb. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't want to see, you don't want to see Greg the Leg miss in the regular season, but I know that it did warm your heart a little bit, your dark little black heart.
I'm always gonna root for this team, no matter who's playing in there. But you know what? Let Zuerlein miss a field goal in preseason. I'm okay with that. He's made all of them. He's made some really long ones. So hey, you know what? You're allowed to miss one.
Yeah, there we go. That's everybody gets one, like Spider-Man always says. So that's his one.
All right, let's talk about Becton and Brown. Brown's back. It's good to see. He changed his number. He's number 76 now. He's back to his original number because Fant is not on this team anymore. And then Becton looked good at right tackle again in practice. I am super excited about him. I hope that he continues. I don't think everyone's 50-50 about this, right? They're like, oh yeah, Becton, move him over, baby. Let's go. AVT, McGovern, or Tittman, or Tomlinson, Brown. And then Becton's on that right side. I'm over here like, yeah, I'm into it. I'm digging. But let's just see what happens with the Giants on Saturday, and we'll figure it out. Let's see if he can play a whole game or at least half the game. At least I don't think it's set in stone yet, but he is making a case. He has lost a bunch of weight. He looks skinnier than he did his first season with the Jets. So, and dude, that guy's a tall motherfucker. Holy shit.
Yeah, he is tall.
So, hey, you know what? If we can have a healthy offensive line with ABT, Tippmann, or McGovern right there, with Becton on the right, Brown and Tomlinson on the left, that's a great O-line. So,
well, I mean, I wouldn't call it great. I think if anything, it's a big question mark. To be complete, Dwayne Brown coming off of injury, he's a year older. Laken Tomlinson has played poorly. He's coming off of an injury. We still don't know who our starting center is going to be, although all signs point to it being Connor McGovern. Then you have Mekhi Becton, who hasn't played in 2 years. Dwayne Brown, like obviously, like I said, he's a mess, or could be. And then you have guys like Max Mitchell, and we don't know what that's going to be like. But yeah, I do want to see at least a half of Mekhi Becton, if not more. I don't want to, risk him getting injured like I've been saying for everybody. That's the whole thing. That's the whole big reason that preseason, excuse me, I can't even talk right now. That preseason really scares me. But yeah, I think this offensive line has a lot of potential if they can gel. I think continuity is going to be the biggest thing, especially early on in the season. But the real biggest thing is they just need to keep Aaron Rodgers upright and just don't let anybody in on him. Don't let him get hurt. Don't let him get sacked. I think this offensive line can be really impressive though and really fun to watch. But like you said, Dwayne Brown coming back is obviously a very good thing. People are crying to get David Bakhtiari here. I don't think that's gonna be happening. Actually, Brian Gutekunst said that it's not happening.
That's not happening. It's not happening, guys. Chill. It's not
no. But
all right, let's talk about the injuries now. Let's talk about the injuries
okay.
now. What do you think, brother?
Well, AVT, is he back yet? Did he come back?
Yeah, he was on the sideline.
He was. All right. And then it's really interesting with Carl Lawson. Like this was supposed to be like a 1 to 2 day thing, and he's been out for like well over like 2 weeks now with back tightness. I don't know what's going on with that. See, here's the thing with the injuries: you really can't trust anything that Robert Saleh says. To be honest, So I don't really take what he says too seriously. I take it with a grain of salt. But Breece Hall looks phenomenal. Dalvin Cook, he should be back soon. I don't know. Dwayne Brown coming off of injury, he's gonna be really exciting to see. How is he progressing? He looked awesome in all the the videos I've seen of him training. He looked pretty awesome so far. Chaz Surratt, I don't think he's out for the season, so that's gonna be he's still somebody that's fighting for a roster spot right now. Like you said, Alan Lazard got injured. You want to elaborate on any of this, or did I miss anything? I don't think so.
I think you're good. Bernard Convert.
Yeah, Converse. Yep, Bernard Converse.
Yeah. Surratt. I mean, I think it's just going to be. I mean, even Izzy got hurt with a thigh injury. Even Lazard today. I think all these guys. I don't think it's all too bad. I don't think it's dire right now. I don't think it's something we really need to worry about. I think the only thing we really need to worry about is to see what's going on in the wide receiver room and make sure Lazard is healthy. They said it's nothing too big right now, so everyone watch out for the reports. But as far as everyone else, like Izzy, 2 weeks, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. Breece Hall is back. Cook, his shoulder comes back this week. There's a lot of injuries that we got to keep an eye on, and hopefully everyone's going to be healthy for that week 1, because week 1 is a statement win. We need to win that game. So everyone as healthy as possible. Everyone on the PUP list right now too. It didn't seem it's all really that bad, but even if some of them are bad, it's the backups, and I'm okay if it's the backups. It's only the main guys I'm worried about. So crossing my fingers and hope and pray to God, going to church on Sunday that, no more injuries.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the human being in me doesn't want to see anybody get injured. But Izzy, especially on Hard Knocks, I thought it was his knee at first. That was actually a really concerning injury at first, so I'm glad that it's not that serious. But it feels like, knock on wood, It feels like for the first time, the New York Jets are actually getting healthier towards the start of the season, which is really exciting. I think that this is going to be like one of the biggest question marks heading into the season. What if the New York Jets can stay healthy? How many seasons have we had in Jet history where it just completely falls apart because of injuries? I mean, what if Vinny didn't tear his ACL or Achilles, whatever it was, in '99? What if Brett Favre doesn't get hurt in 2008? What if Mark Sanchez doesn't get hurt in preseason? What was that, 2013, 2014? Like
Yeah,
that,
it's
that
around there.
right. Like it feels like so many times in Jet history, there has been so many what if the Jets were healthy? What if this player didn't get hurt? What if that player didn't get hurt? So it feels like finally we're going into a season with legitimate healthy weapons. I mean, I remember just a couple years ago we had Vincent Smith and Chris Hogan starting a game for us week 1. So it's phenomenal that we're actually getting healthy. It's really exciting, and that's really the biggest thing. If we could stay healthy all season, I think sky's the limit for this team, man.
I 100% agree. Now, Liam, you have a 53-man roster prediction. What are you thinking? You have notes, I hear. So take it away.
Maybe. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna go through everybody that I think is gonna be on this team, and then I just want
Okay.
you to tell me whether you disagree or not.
Okay, go for it.
So starting number 1, I think it's obvious, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Do you think he's making the team?
Maybe. Yes. Yes.
Maybe.
Go on.
Maybe.
Go on.
So yeah, so I right now have the New York Jets carrying 3 quarterbacks on this team. I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, and Tim Boyle. You can make a case that Tim Boyle does not make this team. However, I think he does because the New York Jets are clearly not bringing in a veteran backup quarterback for whatever freaking reason. It's annoying. But yeah, so I have them carrying those 3 quarterbacks. You think Tim Boyle makes the team this year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's on the team. Yeah.
Right, so going into the running backs, I have them carrying 4 running backs: Brees Hall, Dalvin Cook, Michael Carter, and Izzy. Do you think that they're carrying 4 running backs on the team this year?
Yes. They're not carrying 5. I refuse to think that.
You think Bam Knight is the odd guy out that will not be making the team this year?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Unless
I think
unless Izzy's injury, right? Unless injury carries over, then Bam Knight is on the team.
Right. Okay. I have them taking 1 fullback, which is Nick Bawden. You think he makes the team?
Man, I struggle with this one because Kuntz looks like he's on his way out, and Yeboah is making a case for himself. I wouldn't mind moving one of those guys to fullback, but as of right now, I think Bawden stays.
Okay. All right. So we fully agree so far. So with the tight ends, I have them carrying 4 tight ends on the team. I think it's going to be
Agreed.
Tyler Conklin, CJ Azuma, Jeremy Rucker, and I think it is Kuntz. I really do like Kenny Yeboah.
Kuntz.
It's Kuntz.
No, it's Kuntz.
I can read.
That.
Okay, I know how to read. It's Kuntz.
4th grade level.
I don't care. Whatever. You said that you wouldn't mention the 4th grade level thing, man.
Yeah, well, I don't care.
Whatever. But yeah, no, I really think that they're going to carry 4 tight ends. The reason I think that they're going to keep Kuntz on the team is because he is a rookie. I know that even Aaron Rodgers in his press conference yesterday said that he does look very raw. Still, he has a lot to learn. But I think he has a good size for a tight end. I think that he is somebody that could be a developmental project. I don't think that they want to put him on the practice squad and risk losing him. So I think that they are going to keep him this year. Kenny Yeboah seems like he does have a strong training camp every year, but just never translate to the actual, making the 53-man roster. He is like a practice squad guy every single year. I don't see that changing. So I think that there is more upside with Zach Kuntz, whatever you want to call him, rather than somebody like a Kenny Yeboah.
So you are saying Kuntz stays?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think he stays, but I think Yeboah is making a strong case.
No doubt. So with the wide receivers, I have them keeping 6. And
I have them keeping 5.
Okay. All right. So obviously Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb. I have them keeping Brownlee and Gibson. I think that for the longest time, the New York Jets, I think they were always going to keep sick, to be completely honest with you. And I think that it was either going to be one or the other. Jason Brownlee has had a really strong training camp, but Gibson is a special teams player. So I think that did add a little bit more upside to him. But like I had said earlier in the broadcast, if you saw it, I didn't want to see Brownlee go away. I didn't want to see him not make the team and then have him go to not only just a division rival, but really any team and just watch him absolutely ball out and think like, that's the guy that got away. Like we could have kept this guy and look at him. He's playing at an elite level. We've seen that multiple times. Undrafted free agents make a strong case and actually make the team. Look at Wayne Corbett. He's probably the most famous in Jet history. Look at Robbie Anderson. He's another good example, although he has kind of fallen off. Chosen Anderson, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, I think that they're going to keep both. So I sense a disagreement coming, Italy Jet. What do you think?
Well, I was thinking Corey Davis. We can't say that now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Wilson, Lazard, Hardman, Cobb, and I keep tossing it up to Brownlee and Gibson. I think Gibson makes it over Brownlee. Brownlee had a good camp, but he hasn't produced in the field. On the field, he has not done great. I don't think he's caught somebody, nothing that pops. And training camp things pop. Izzy, great training camp. It produces on the field. Brownlee hasn't had that, and Gibson has. Gibson looks really good with the routes. Gibson looks really good as a punt returner and kick returner, and he can play special teams. I think it's going to be between Brownlee and Gibson. I'm going to choose Gibson over that, unless we make a move, though. If we make another move for a wide receiver, then Gibson's gone. But I really am strong casing Gibson on this one.
Did I say Hardman? I feel like I skipped Hardman.
I don't think you did, but maybe.
Oh well, yeah. Hardman is definitely staying. Maybe I didn't. I got to go back and watch this. This could be a train wreck for all I know, but I think I did say Hardman. But there's almost a part of me. I don't have him making the team, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. There's almost a part of me that says maybe Malik Taylor makes the team. I mean, he has the connection with Aaron Rodgers.
I can see that.
So right now, I don't have him making the team, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does take either Brownlee or Gibson's spot. I think Gibson's almost a lock, though, to be completely honest. But you never know.
You never know.
As of right now, I don't have him making the team, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he does. With the offensive line, I have them keeping. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 offensive linemen they're going to be keeping.
Wow.
Obviously, yeah. I think they're doing it. Dwayne Brown, Laken Tomlinson, Connor McGovern, AVT, Mekhi Becton, Tippmann, Billy Turner, and Max Mitchell.
Billy Turner and Max Mitchell. Oh,
I think if anything, they need the depth. It's not great depth, but I think they do need it.
It's not great depth, but it's depth. I think Sanat and Hermans is gone, but I think Warren will be on the PUP list. I think they're going to redshirt Warren. I really think that's going to happen.
Oh, I forgot Carter Warren. I have him actually at 53, but I forgot to pencil him in with the other ones. So I have Carter Warren making the team, actually. He's actually number 53.
Oh, okay.
So I have him making the team. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I would have completely forgotten until I got to 53 and be like, by the way, another line. So I had them keeping 9 offensive linemen.
9. Okay. All right. Moving on to defense. What do you got?
Yeah. So with the defensive line, this is where it gets juicy. I have them keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, getting into it, I think Quinnen Williams, obviously, JFM, Jefferson, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, Al Woods, Bryce Huff, Michael Clemens, and Carl Lawson. I don't think any of those guys are on the bubble. What do you think?
I would make a case for Solomon Thomas, but that's it. I really do like Tanzel Smart, but yeah, I think they like Solomon Thomas's leadership. It's like Michael Carter with his leadership, and it's like Corey Davis with his leadership in the wide receiver room. The Jets value those type of guys with the leadership role. So that's the only reason why I could see Thomas staying. And also he is jacked as fuck this year. So
Yeah, he is.
yeah. So
Yeah, he
yeah.
definitely is.
All right. Moving on to linebackers. What do you got?
Before we move on from the defensive line, it was a little strange how much they featured Tenzel Smart on Hard Knocks yesterday. No, it was like kind of like weird.
It was weird, but I'm not shocked. They gotta show somebody. They show Cap a lot because of his his music and then the rookie thing. So
You mean Eminem?
I wasn't a fan of it. I was not a
so Slim
fan.
Shady?
I was not a fan of the entire thing when it came to him
Doing the
doing his
freestyle?
song. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but you know what? If it makes everybody else happy and everyone's vibing and it's all good stuff, hey, whatever makes them happy. And also, I think it does deserve a Hall of Fame Hard Knocks moment. I do think it does.
Yeah, I think it was one of the best ones, but not so Slim Shady, not making the team. That's the way I have it here. But yeah, I definitely will never forget that. Eminem is obviously one of my favorite rappers. I love 8 Mile. I've seen it a million times. So I felt like I was in that. I feel like I was in that room singing it with him. I was putting my hands up. I was going.
I love this feature with Rihanna.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite songs.
Okay, all right. Yeah, getting into the linebackers, I have Sherwood, C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams, Zaire Barnes, and then I think there's a matchup between either Chaz Surratt or Nick Vigil.
You keeping 5 or 4?
I gotta count. I don't know. I have a 4th grade, not only reading level but math level as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have them keeping 5. I think that Surratt has a better chance over Nick Vigil, but with his injury, I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not.
I think it's going to be Zaire, Barnes, Sherwood, Mosley, Quincy. That's 4. And I think Peta. I think Peta is going to make the team. I can't see Vigil. I could see Peta. If Peta just balls out, then Surratt's gone. If Peta doesn't ball out, Surratt gets reinstated, and I think he's on the team. But I think Peta has shown that he deserves to be on this team. The last 2 games, I mean, he was great. So we'll see what happens. But he does play edge a lot, and he plays linebacker. So maybe they might put him at edge and maybe consider him an edge, right? So I don't know. But as of right now, I think Barnes and Surratt and Peta are going to be up for those backups.
Okay. Fair enough. Getting into the cornerbacks, I have them keeping 1, 2, 3, 4 cornerbacks. 5. I'm sorry, I have 5 cornerbacks. So I have them keeping Sauce, DJ Reed, Michael Carter, Brandon Eccles, and Justin Hardy.
Ooh. Okay.
You do agree?
I like it. But I love Moreland a lot. Jimmy Moreland. I like what he's done.
I do too.
Hardy reminds me of the Corey Davis situation with this contract, right? So that's the only reason I would say maybe Hardy's gone. But Hardy is a Pro Bowler. He is very good on special teams. He hasn't really played cornerback that much, but maybe Jimmy Moreland gets practice spot. And he's a captain. So I think that's one of the reasons why he stays too.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
No. I see. I think Eccles is interesting because of his suspension and everything.
He's played good though. He's played good though.
Yeah, he has. It's only a 1-game suspension, so I don't think it's really going to make that big of a difference right now.
I agree.
So getting into the safeties, I think that Ashton Davis is making the team. Jordan Whitehead.
Okay.
Yeah, because he plays special teams, and Robert Saleh shouted him out. I think Robert Saleh really does like Ashton Davis.
Yeah.
And he has had a good training camp this year. He's produced in preseason. He's really made a case for himself.
All right, go on.
Adrian Amos and Tony Adams is who I have.
I think it's Whitehead, Amos, Adams, and Trey Dean.
Yeah, you think Trey Dean makes it over Ashton Davis?
They both are balling out. I mean, Trey Dean has balled out more than Ashton, but they're both neck and neck. I think it's going to come down to Salah, and I think Salah's going to. Yeah, I think Salah's going to go with Ashton. I mean, I want him off this team so bad, but I get it. It's like Bryce Hall, right? I don't see Bryce Hall making this team, so it's because you got 5 corners. So yeah, I don't know, man. Stinks.
What am I? Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a toss up, but so yeah, then I have them going Greg Zerline, Morstead, and Hennessy.
Very good, very good. Who do you think?
That's
Who do you think that one more, and then we'll go to Jets drive and takeaways. What do you think is going to be our starting punt and kick returner?
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be Mecole Hardman. But now with Ashton Davis, now with Corey Davis gone, I don't know if you necessarily want him to be taking those extra snaps, because he is really fast and he is a pivotal point in this wide receiving room. But I do think it's going to be him. I think that Izzy has a chance of doing it if he wants to and if he's healthy. And then Gibson, if Gibson does make the team, I think it's going to be between Gibson really and Mecole Hardman if Gibson makes the team. If not, I think it's going to be Mecole Hardman and Izzy. What do you think?
I agree 100%. I'm with you on that 100%. All right, so you watched one Jets drive, Liam, and I did too. Why don't you talk first?
Plot twist, Gino. I did not watch one Jets drive yet.
Oh, I am so disappointed. So disappointed. What is wrong with you?
I heard it was a good episode too.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'll talk first, I guess.
Yeah. How about this? You want to cover one Jets drive? I got you at Hard Knocks.
That's fine. That's fine, I guess. I was just kidding. Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks and one Jets drive. One Jets drive, Hard Knocks. One Jets drive, it was good. It was good, just like Hard Knocks. It was good. Wasn't great. Wasn't like spectacular, but it was good. I enjoyed seeing Jets content. I enjoyed seeing the behind the scenes. I enjoyed seeing Rodgers out there and Salah with the extra things in the background with all of them. I love seeing Cook being suited up. Oh my gosh, seeing Cook suited up like that. It was really cool moment. I love seeing Carter's behind the scenes stuff as well. Michael Carter 32. I really enjoyed it. I hope next week is going to be bigger and better. What do you think about Hard Knocks?
I enjoyed Hard Knocks. I don't think it was their best episode. I think actually the second episode was their best episode so far. But man, what about our owner, Woody Johnson, with that chain?
All right,
Drip Man Woody Johnson. Icy Johnson, whatever you want to call him. He's my grandfather.
Is he taking after me or something? What's going on? I don't know.
I think so. I think you're really setting trends. I mean, you have the Italy Jet chain, and then Aaron Rodgers gets it. Woody Johnson's getting it. I think that was a really cool moment, to be completely honest.
I don't know.
Other than that, on Hard Knocks, between that and like the whole Jerome Cap Eminem thing, I don't think there was really like a whole lot to take away from it. We got a little bit of Dalvin Cook signing and everything. Like I said, there was a little bit too much Tenzel Smart for my liking. No offense, but I just didn't think it was like all that great. I like seeing like Quentin Williams out there a little bit too. But I don't think that with this episode that there was really anything all that noteworthy. To be completely honest with you, man.
Hey, I totally understand. Understand. I'm with you. I think it was just fun to see Hard Knocks and fun to see everything. It was fun to just to see Jets content. But I think seeing Zach Wilson and seeing all the banter with Rodgers and stuff, and Boyle they go out of bounds, that was all pretty cool. And seeing Cook too. But it was really funny. It was funny, but it wasn't their best episode. I'm really hoping next week is going to be great because it's the Giants and Jets rivalry. People saying it's not a rivalry. Oh no. When you talk to Connie Carberg and when you talk to all these other people that have worked for the team and all of our legends, oh, it was a rivalry. It's going to be chippy this weekend. I think it will be.
Yeah, Snoopy Bowl. It's always a fun game to watch. Actually, speaking on Carney Carberg, I heard through the grapevine, I don't know if you heard, Did you hear what's going on with her?
I do not. What's up?
I am so happy for her, man, because I absolutely love Connie. I text her with her all the time. She's become like a third grandmother to me, seriously. And she likes it too. I'm gonna have to send her this. Yeah, I hear. I mean, I don't know if I should even say it, but like I heard it on Twitter, or X. So I don't think it's that big of a secret. But yeah, I hear that One Jets Drive is doing a fan series starring Connie Carberg.
Wow.
Talk about
That's
deserving,
awesome.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Awesome.
Yeah, she like you know how they do the Die Hard. She's gonna be like the main one. So really excited for that. I can't wait to watch that. I love Connie. I hope I didn't spoil anything major for her. So sorry if I did. But I saw it, like I said, I saw it on Twitter. So like I don't think I'm breaking any news here, but I'm sorry if I do.
Hey man, she deserves it. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's all I got to say about that. So.
Much deserving. That's what I got to say about that. Well, Connie, when you do see this episode, you are one of the reasons why we love the Jets. There's nothing there's not the Jets without you. You first woman scout, your transition into football, your family background with it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm so glad that she's become a friend of the show. We've had her on the show before. I've actually talked with her on other Jet podcasts too. So gonna leave it at that because I don't want like retweet problems, but whatever.
There you go. Well, guys, Liam, any closing thoughts?
Like I said, I'm still gonna be in a pissy mood all week about this whole Aaron Rodgers starting thing. So expect me to be in rare form on X or Twitter. I might be going back and forth. So I posted that actually on Twitter. I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter because I'm old school. Back in my day we called it Twitter. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I actually posted a picture of Aaron Rodgers and I said, "What is your level of concern with Aaron Rodgers starting in preseason?" And one person said high. I don't have like a high level of concern that like he's gonna get injured, but like one person did. It was like one of those like 3 a.m. replies. I wake up, I'm like, oh okay. I get those a lot. But a lot of people say like 0 to none. I also don't really agree with that, but that does seem to be like the common answer. Like a lot of people are really cool with it. Like I said, not to beat a dead horse here, because I love beating dead horses, but I don't think it's that serious. But like I would rather not, it's just I have PTSD. I'm a Jet fan. What can I say,
Yeah, and you just cut out there. We know what you're saying.
I go. Oh. I have PTSD, people, when it comes to New York. I watched my childhood favorite quarterback, Chad Pennington, get hurt. I watched my other favorite quarterback, Mark Sanchez, get hurt. I've been to the ring. I'm the only one. You younger fans. You know what's really interesting?
Dude, Liam, you got to quit while you're ahead, bro. No one can hear you, and you're fuzzy, and no one can hear you.
R.I.P. to me, I guess.
Yeah, well, my final thoughts is I hope the Jets come on this weekend healthy. I hope everybody has a great week and a great weekend. Can't wait for One Jets Drive on Monday, Hard Knocks on Tuesday. I love this team. We both love this team. And you know what? It's going to be very interesting now that Corey Davis is retired now. But yeah, let's just hope that these injuries that are on the PUP list and reserves, hopefully they're all not that serious, and hope everyone is okay. I'm Italy Jet, and this is Liam Johnson. Guys, you can follow Liam Johnson here on Instagram if you want. No big deal. If you don't, whatever. And then you got me, Italy Jet, Gio Antonio Pagano on these social media platforms. You can follow everything NYJ on these social media platforms right there. Also, please comment, like, and subscribe, share. Hey, man, come on the journey with us. We'll be on the journey with you. Come with us. Everyone, thanks for watching. And Liam, go Jets.
It's caught in the crossfire.